Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Fearless Brand Leaders. Today we're sitting down with Matt O'Neill, Senior Director for Brand and Media for the famous and polarizing Dallas Cowboys. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Let's get right to it, Matt. I'm about to give another talk about how brand partnerships can elevate your brand, but 90% of them, I said it on the internet, so it must be true, 90% of brand partnerships fail.
Right.
What are some great ones that you've had and why did they succeed?
Yep. AT&T's are definitely our biggest partner, and our best. So in a really good way, and one of the ways they help us is that they really push us on the technology side. It's like, how can you be more forward? How can you be more on the edge? How can you be more on the edge? One of our brand pillars is innovation, right? So you can say your brand pillars all you want. If you're not living them, then you're just not it. And we know all that today about social media and how that defines your brand. So AT&T really pushes us in a really good way to be technology forward and technology driven.
Can you give us some examples and strategies and tactics that have worked for you guys to truly engage with your fans?
Yeah. If you are a white male growing up in Texas, you're a Cowboys fan. That's just how it goes, right? When you think about trying to grow this brand, we kind of go to three areas. It's like children and youth, which is very tricky nowadays, everyone knows, women and Hispanics. And so a couple of things we do, and one of the things we do that's interesting, we built a content marketing platform called 5 Points Blue, which is specifically geared towards women. And we have a lot of hardcore female fans of the Cowboys. We also have a lot of female fans that are just fans of the sport, and they don't consume a lot of our other media. And so what we try to do is go down the road of producing kind of a snackable, shareable kind of content in the name of a BuzzFeed or some of these other places that really produce cool and great content. It's just different than hardcore football content.
I love how brands can make brand. We were just chatting off camera about Miller.
Yeah.
And have you done anything cool with them lately? And can you chat about those?
Yeah, I'll tell you a few things. So I tell you a couple of small things. We have a couple of things kind of in the works, but even just taking our.
It's funny hearing you say small. Dallas Cowboys. Anytime they say small, I'm like, it's not small. It's huge.
This may sound small to someone else, but to me, we took our DJ and Miller built an elevated DJ booth outside of what is our control room where he used to operate and put him out in the bowl. So he's around people now, and the DJ becomes part of the show and part of the entertainment, and Again, it sounds really small. It's just smart and right. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And you think about that stuff, and it just really
I call
works.
it moments between moments.
That's it.
Those little things make a big difference.
It's exactly right. And, not enough brands, I don't believe, focus on the tiny details that make all the difference.
As we wrap up here, what are some courageous decisions you made recently in marketing that have paid off, and maybe some that you took a risk and it didn't work?
Yep. Certainly 5 Points Blue, the female content platform, is one we took a risk on, and it's paid off. And we're already in unique users ahead of a couple of lower tier NFL teams, which has been remarkable. Stuff that hasn't paid off, I mean, look, it happens all the time. When you're in a position like I'm, and I talk about the word swagger all the time, right? And I come into a room and I know what I breathe out is confidence, right? And I instill that in my guys. And when you have this much confidence, you have this much knowledge of the brand, you're going to take some swings and they're just not going to hit. We've gotten some snapbacks. Even we did a Mean Tweets video, and there were people internally. I know there are certain pieces of content that I don't send up the ladder sometimes because I know we're going to take a risk on them, and they're either going to hit or not. So. We've had a lot of hits, and we've had some misses too, and we'll continue to have misses. I feel like if you don't have misses, I don't think you're pushing it.
Well, without a doubt, you are an amazing brand. You have a fearless attitude, and which I appreciate, and that's why we wanted to have you on the show today. And I look forward to chatting with you more and finding out more. And also congratulations on being a Gathering Cult Brand of the Year. It's a huge, successful brand to be honored like that. Yep. And you're with some pretty cool company.
I know it.
But I really appreciate it, so thank you.
Much. It's an honor.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, Matt. Please tune in next week. Please tune in next week for another episode of Fearless Brand Leaders. And until then, stay fearless.